Dating Tips 15. Russia and Ukraine Marriage. A Google search for a Russian marriage agency yields more than 250,000 results. It's a surprising result. Russia was locked away from the rest of the world for a long period of time. It finally achieved its independence 16 years ago, opening up broad prospects for cooperation with foreign countries. Are women in these countries rich hunting husbands? Will they get around an unforgettable romance short term? Or do they just want true love and relationships? Fortunately for me, with a swarm of questions in my head, a good friend of mine, who has lived in Italy for several years, was in the city to visit her family. So, instead of looking through stacks of statistics and racking my brain to get the information, I got in touch with her. Before going, I want to make it clear. Does this article the motivations and desires of every woman in Russia, introducing their profile to a marriage agency? In addition, I will be the one to inspire the foreigners to be careful once they chose the path of the search for a marriage agency. Some ladies of Russia from the former Soviet Union countries had previously provided negative publicity on fraud in the city of Lugansk, Ukraine. With this in mind, I proceed. When I started questioning the Russian women's motives of matrimonial agencies, my first discovery is very worrying. One of the main reasons why the former Soviet Union women prefer foreigners is that the men in their country of origin are not good enough. There are a lot of bad stories about the lives of girls from Russia going abroad. The reason is that men in the home do not know what is a family. An American journalist, who had a romance of tourism from Russia to find a bride trip, as part of his research for a story, says in his online journal, Ukrainian and Russian males loves drinking and philander. Beat women and neglect them. Obviously, not all man treats women in this way. Most brides, Russian or Ukrainian women by men in their home countries, is reduced to a few common words: irresponsible, hard heart, too demanding, and was not willing to provide for their children. Otherwise, by Natasha's observation during her 3 years of marriage to a foreigner, to tell you the truth, I marry him only to think about life in Italy. The Italians in the family is very, very important, and put a great emphasis on family values. This means a lot to me. Foreigners in general seem to be more serious about the family and children, unlike the men in the home. Consistent with the lack of quality men from the former Soviet Union, there is also a lack of quantity. Statistics show that during the year 2002, the male-female ratio was 46% to 54%, and has not changed much since then. Given that 46% are people who cannot be counted for the love, care and support, which leaves the ladies of Russia and Ukraine very little to choose from. Of course, the solution to the problem is broadening their horizons. All the good ones have been snatched away long ago. Your chances of finding someone in the country after they turn 25 are close to zero. Apparently, the boys in Ukraine disappear when they turn 30. The women love to be a weaker sex, which for them means the care of the family first. Promises seems to be in abundance by the Americans and Europeans. Western women have shown no desire to appreciate the softer side of the weak gender. Compared with the constant bustle of women in the house to achieve equality with men, the feminine side of the ladies is an advantage to the men from abroad. Even some men admit that their women are attractive to foreigners as compared to those in the West. Natasha dreamily recalls his first visitings Italy. When I was in Italy, I was treated like a princess surrounded with care, so I lost a lot of our men. I think there is so much beauty Russia, which our men are just used to it is mundane to them, they forget about simple compliments. Italians value of beauty. After all this, what can I say to men in search of their destiny? It all comes down to what you are looking for. If you want exotic night, you can find that in Ukraine, Russia, or anywhere in the world for that matter. But there is no better place than Russia and Ukraine if you want to find a respectful, caring and loving women who love their families. Check up the playlist link below for more dating tips videos.